This is exactly the kind of thing that I was worried about. All the snow's melting, but then refreezing at night into ice. If the ice is accumulated like this up in the route to summit, then there's no way we'll be able to summit. I'm Levi, and I'm married to my wife, Charity, and we have a happy baby girl, Reagan. Charity and I both love being healthy and pushing ourselves every day. I enjoy working out and being active and doing it in a way that is fun. We both think that it's an important part of our lives and an important part of becoming the people that we want to be. I've never done a triathlon before, but I've always thought that it's a really amazing combination of skills and disciplines, and something that I would really enjoy trying and training for. 2 years ago, I started looking for races and triathlons in the area of the Grand Tetons, and the first thing that comes up is this Unofficial Grand Teton Triathlon. So the way that the Grand Teton Triathlon, or picnic some people call it, works is you start in Jackson Hole, you bike 21 miles to Jenny Lake, and then swim 1.2 miles across the freezing cold lake, hike through the backcountry 9 miles up this canyon to the Grand. Now, to summit the Grand, you have to pick your way through loose rock between the lower saddle and the upper saddle. And from the upper saddle, you have to climb a series of chimneys or cracks, like actually rock climb them, and then get to more loose and even steeper rock, and then you summit. And then you're halfway. You have to do the whole thing all the way back in reverse. And as hard as all of that climbing will be, the hardest part is going to be the second swim. I knew that that was something that I couldn't do, but I wanted to do it. Is there a little girl up here that is singing instead of sleeping? Huh? Are you that little girl? Are you singing instead of sleeping? Huh? Hey, what did we just find out?
Wait, are you talking about the pregnancy test? Supposedly I'm pregnant, which is so weird to even say.
We just found out like a week and a half ago that Charity's expecting. We were very surprised. We weren't expecting that at all. We didn't have any idea that that was something that was going to happen. When I started this, there were 2 of us. When I was partway through training in February, the opportunity came about for us to adopt Reagan, and she was born 2 months later, and it suddenly became 3 of us. And now, there's going to be 4 of us. Charity spent most of the day sleeping today, so I guess that morning sickness is catching up. Today we are scouting the portion of the bike route where the road kind of ends and where I'm gonna start swimming. Grizzly bear with cubs in the area. When I'm training at home, I'm training at 700 feet. And here, when I'm starting at around 7,000 feet. So there's a huge difference everything that is important becomes even more important, like hydration. I've been here in the park for a little over a week, kind of acclimating to take the fitness that I grew in Kentucky and then transfer it to where it's able to be used here at a higher elevation. Okay, last swim before tri day. First time swimming with the wetsuit. Supposed to be blowing in some snow. 14 degrees tonight. Hopefully that moves out, but we'll keep an eye on the weather. The weather's calling for a cold front to move through tonight. In some places there's expected to be 8 inches of snow. What do you think about your first snow ever? Huh? I know, that's how I feel too. So hopefully this blows through tonight. Everything has a chance to warm back up and dry out tomorrow. I'm not sure what's gonna happen here, how much snow we're gonna get, but if it snows a little bit down here, that means it's gonna snow a lot up there. Well, it ended up coming a record-setting snow last night, at least for this early in the season. I mean, there were just 2 patches of snow yesterday on the side of the mountain, and now the mountains are covered. I think we have about 8 inches of snow on the lower saddle. That completely changes the climbing conditions. I can train and be prepared personally as much as possible, but the variables are in the mountain itself. I have to hope for the best. So I ended up pushing it back a day because of the weather. All that snow is pretty much melted down here, but on top of the mountain it has frozen, like it's melted, the snow's melted and then frozen again into ice. So I decided that the best bet was to give it another day to melt and thaw out before trying to go for it. Tonight's the night though. Getting all my gear laid out, everything packed up for the bike, the swim, and the hike, and getting ready to go. It's a little after 10:30. Decided to start early because I couldn't sleep.
Didn't say anything? She stayed there?
Already have to pee.
Starts with a 20-mile bike ride from Jackson to Jenny Lake.
Ready to go. I have my mantras. I format all of the timing of this around the summiting time in order to give myself the best chance at clear weather, and I want to summit in mid-morning. So in order to get there in mid-morning, I have to start the biking, the very beginning of the triathlon, around midnight. Doing my first real bike ride. Gonna bike from the gym here home, which is about 20 miles. Oh gosh. All right, today we're gonna do a bike swim bike. I had never done cycling on the road before, but I was thinking, you know, it's only 43 miles total. Like, how hard could it be? I mean, for a cyclist, that's nothing. It turned out there was a little bit of a learning curve with it though, and it was harder than I thought. So I worked on it consistently and built up the distance while also doing the training that I do every day. Plugging away at the miles here. Part of training in Kentucky, I guess. I need to get to the point to where the bike feels like a warm-up for the swim. First leg is done, right at an hour and a half, 21, just over 21 miles. Now to start the swim. Feeling back in my feet. Yeah, warm water. First part of the whole triathlon. I'm about to swim a mile across Jenny Lake and then start my climb up the Grand Teton. 13,770 feet. When I started training back in January, I couldn't swim across the pool, 25 meters across the pool without stopping, without taking in water, without not being able to breathe. So I had to go from that point to confidently swimming over a mile in freezing cold water, and a second time after climbing and descending 14,000 feet, almost over a marathon's distance on the Grand Teton itself. I had 9 months to learn how to swim, become efficient at it, and train for the bike and the climb. But if my goal didn't involve working hard for something, it wouldn't be much of a goal, would it?
Honestly, I don't know who the yeah, she wants to see my friend or my foe. I'm off the exit, draw, yeah, she give me that clean as well. I remember back when I was younger, I was happy. Nowadays feel like no one understand me. I'm good at all this, silly, I'm Bob, Bambi. Baby's yellow, text. She wanna eat me like candy. Run up the racks, track me, I'll run up the racks.
It's the growth and the journey that I really want. And the reason that that's important to me is because I want to be a better person. I want to get a little bit better every day. But if you're not measuring that in some way, then how do you know if you're progressing forward? I can't take a chance on not progressing forward in my life because I have people that are relying on me. I have my wife, our baby Reagan, and soon there's going to be another person relying on me.
I remember.
Oh man. Whew. I'm dizzy. Just under 1 hour. Just disorienting. Gone anywhere? It's hard to tell where the horizon is. Trail should be just right there. I guess it's up on top of this hill though. I'm not really sure. I'm hoping that I can summit in about 7 hours. It's 5:10 in the morning, a little over 7 miles and 9,000 feet. I'm in the meadows, roughly. There's the lower saddle. Almost there. The last 2,000 feet of the Grand is where it starts to get interesting. From the lower saddle, there's a 1,500-foot scramble to the upper saddle. On a good day, that section has to be really carefully picked through because the steep, loose rock can turn one slip into a several 100-foot tumble. It makes rock falls from up above you like a constant threat. Then from the upper saddle to the chimney, you still have to do the technical climbing part up the cracks and the icy chimneys. I still don't know what the conditions are like on the summit, if I'm going to be able to summit because of the snow, and if it turned to, well, I know it turned to ice, I just don't know if that ice has melted enough to be able to climb to the summit. So hope so. Even on the best days, there can be ice in the handholds and the cracks of the chimneys. Yesterday, someone had to be rescued from one of the chimneys and flown off the lower saddle by helicopter. I'm meeting up with my dad and my brother. I have two brothers, and both of them came to film and support me in my goal to do this. It's 8 o'clock, 11,680 feet roughly, 10 miles since I left the lake. So we have to climb to the upper saddle, and then from there, the last 600 feet is the technical finish. Hopefully there's not too much ice, and we can summit. Saddles through all of that. The mountains are super unpredictable. It's one thing to have like a weather forecast down here, but you don't know what's going to happen up there, and it can change last minute. We got an ice slope ahead of us.
Do we either have to walk in the snow a little bit?
No, just cut up here. Just go right up this line. Alright, watch these patches of ice in this rock. Yeah, this is iced up here too. Yes. Ice. Yeah, I'm about right on target for hydration. If I'm not well hydrated, I get back to the lake and I'll start cramping, or I might start cramping before. The sun's coming down. That's too icy. So I think we're gonna have to pick our way through somewhere over on this side and then try to cross over.
How are we doing on time?
It's 9:07, so I thought maybe we would be at the upper saddle by now, but really having to pick our way around this ice. Just made it to the upper saddle with much difficulty and a lot of time-consuming route finding. It's 10:20, so I was hoping to be up here sometime around 9, and be summiting sometime around 11, but that's not gonna happen. I still don't know if I'm gonna be able to summit because of the ice up in the cracks yet. So, find out soon. See Jackson Lake off in the distance in the island. You can almost see where Charity and Reagan are camping. Oh shoot. The traverse across the western face of the Grand to get to the first chimney is one of the spots with the most exposure. When you look down to find where your next foothold is, there's nothing below you for 3,000 feet.
Alright, where should Levi be right now?
He should be coming down from the mountain. He should be coming down. But he said he was gonna call when he got to the top, and I haven't heard from him. So I'm gonna go connect to Wi-Fi here in a little bit and see if he tried to text me. I don't think he would have texted and not called though. So I hope everything's okay.
We are a little over 300 feet from the summit. It's been a pretty treacherous climb up here. And around this corner there is the chimney where you climb up, and it's just completely a sheet of ice. Even if I was able to make it up past that, you still have another chimney, or the catwalk version, and that ice is coming from somewhere. So I think it's 11:30. I didn't want to be up here regardless on the summit past 12 o'clock. And we have a technical down climb. Not the end of the journey, because I still have to go all the way down, hike all the way back, swim across the lake again, and then bike back in. 8 more hours. It's been nice to summit, but doesn't affect the overall goal. I was really glad to be able to make it to this point, honestly. So. Almost back to the dirt trail and easy cruising back to the lake. I'm super blessed to have, Charity, a partner in life that is on the same page with me about this lifestyle. We have the same dreams, the same goals, the same things that we want to achieve and grow in our lives. And she has been absolutely amazing. We both have a growth mindset, and that's really what drives it all. I've known that the crux of this whole thing is the second swim, so I'm thinking about that and preparing myself for it because I don't really feel like swimming right now. I know this is the hardest part, so I gotta do it. All that downhill on both toes. On the other side of this lake is a warm car, a loving wife, a happy baby, a bicycle, and a hamburger. So aren't we at 20 hours right now?
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Just dive in.
Ow! Go. Trying to summit, it's burning up, coming down, and now it's trying to drown me. Can't wait to see what the bike holds. Maybe a buffalo stampede or something. The wind picked up and the waves started getting really big. The waves were starting to white cap, and some of them were like 2 feet high. I didn't feel like I was in danger, but I felt like it was becoming a dangerous situation. I grabbed onto the boat, and we just let the wind take us to wherever it wanted on the shore. Car's way up here. Another snack. 2020 has been a weird year with just a lot of challenges, but if you view every form of adversity and every obstacle as an opportunity to grow, you can't lose. Super glad that I was able to do it and that had the support of so many people, and now I guess I just have to find the next thing to set a goal toward and work toward and continue to grow. I want people to see what I did and set a goal that moves them to grow in their own lives. No matter what goal you set, no matter how big or small, set a goal for yourself to be a little bit better every day. And if you can do that, then you're on your way to a great life.